All right, big shot that thinks he knows everything about the homeless people. Like I said I've said it in the past in other videos. There's 20% of them are mentally, 10% mentally unable to care for themselves. I understand that. And as a result, they should be institutionalized in some form or other because they don't know any better. Then you got 20% that have, literally bad hearts, strokes and whatnot, health issues. They cannot pick themselves up from the bootstraps. I understand that. And there's probably about, I don't know, maybe 5% that are actually vets, homeless vets. Some of them have drug problems. If I can, I'll always thank them. And if it looks like they're in dire need, even if they're drug addicts or not, I'll still maybe probably try to help them, especially if they can convince me they're a vet. And but most of the time, it's I run into people. They'll have like a little dog, and I found it in Slab City. Like, I'm like, that's great. The dog looks good, but the older dog looks skinny as fuck. So I'm gonna just go buy him some food, okay? I didn't say that to him. I looked at the older dog and I was just like, this dude ain't taking care of his dog. He's probably trying to score fucking money holding this sign so him and his girlfriend can fucking do junk. So that's just how it is. And I do buy people's pets food before I will fucking buy them food. That's just how I am. There's a chicken here in town. She's totally capable, fully capable of socializing, walking, talking, physically uninjured, and yet she doesn't even make an effort to clean up in any bathroom that she goes in. And she has blackheads all over her face. She's very skinny. You can tell she probably is a long-time meth and or heroin or both junkie. But, I could be wrong. But the bottom line is this. If you think you're doing the homeless a favor by going out, well, at least go fucking bring them sandwiches. Show your face on video. Okay? Because there is a guy that used to do video on the homeless. And at the very least, he showed his face and he confronted the homeless. And he made his point known, and it was called Homeless Lives Matter. Now, I don't know what happened to his YouTube channel, but at least he was realistic. I mean, when he saw people that were very disrespectful, he would point it out, and he didn't try to hide behind the veil of all these homeless people, need help. No, it's not that they all need help. There's a good portion of these, 60% of these Americans have no problems going to work. They just don't want to. They want to sit around, get drunk, smoke weed, socialize with other people that are like the same way, run around with hookers and or runaways. And, there's a large portion of them won't even use the shower resources at the local church area here that we have here. They will, and you know why? Because a lot of them got caught smoking pot on the property or something before, and it's still illegal to be smoking pot in public. And you have to have a private area to smoke your fucking weed in, even though it's legal. So a lot of them get kicked out of them places, but they don't even make an effort to fucking look halfway decent. And over the 3-period year that I was waiting for my assets to come through, I was homeless. I had money. I still had my disability from being born. I was a miscarriage. I was almost declared dead, but the nurse knew my mom. She told the doctor, regardless, they killed me up inside my mom's womb. Okay, is what happened. So the nurse convinced the doctor to keep trying to bring me back to life, even though I was already past due. They were getting ready to throw me away, basically. And the nurse convinced the doctor to keep trying. They did with the electrodes and whatnot. I finally started breathing. So I got my disability from birth. But most of these people that I run into, they're trying to get disability late in life, and I'm seeing no evidence of disability on them. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I can't say for sure. I'm saying a good 50, 60% of them, if they're not trying to get disability, they've already definitely got the food stamps, and they're not trying to make an effort to do anything to fix their problem. They'll talk about how they're, this one guy I ran into, I was asking how he's doing. I always try to make sure I ask all the homeless how they're doing. How are you doing? Whether they're drug addicts or disrespectful types or whatever, I always try to talk to them a little bit and see what's going on, especially if they're vets. But even if they're not, This one guy named Gary, I asked Gary, hey, Gary, how's it going? I always give him the fist pump and try to be nice to everyone I talk to. But I noticed Gary in the past 3 years, most of his teeth he's losing his teeth. And why? Because he's not taking care of himself, okay? And so anyway, he's trying to tell me, oh yeah, I'm going to get a job at so and such. I say, oh really? Cool, awesome, bro, awesome. That's killer. And he goes, yeah, but first I got to get my ID. I'm like, what? Your ID? What are you talking about, your ID? You got to have an ID when you go look for a job. He says, no, the manager told me, as soon as I get my ID. I'm like, okay. This story I've heard over and over and over and over again. People fucking are full of shit. Come on, man. You don't go looking for a job without an ID. That's what I was trying to tell this other guy who was giving me shit on my last video about, I think it's funny after the fact, somebody shooting diarrhea on the porch somewhere. But if I was to catch somebody doing that on my property, obviously, and it wasn't after the fact, I would fucking tackle them whether I got shit on me or not. But, and the bottom line is this, if you're, going to shit on somebody's porch, expect to be shot at or something. I mean, you got to have a screw loose anyway to do that. But, so after the fact, even if somebody did shit on my porch, and I found it, if it was after the fact, even I would fucking probably laugh at that. Of course, I'd be mad, but I also would probably laugh at it. I'd be like, I'm going to catch that son of a bitch, but I'd probably crack up a little bit going, now I got to clean this fucking shit up, bro. But anyway, the bottom line is this. There's the poop map. Take a look at it and read the articles on... there's like 15,000 new poop locations in San Francisco. And, of course, they're blaming the city for not accommodating the homeless. Well, guess what? If you're freaking homeless, why does somebody have to accommodate you if you're not making an effort to do your job and stay clean and stay respectful enough to use a restroom in a common public area? Then who's going to respect you back? Okay, so first of all, you got to look for a job. You got to be clean. You got to, even if you have long hair, put it in a fucking ponytail. I mean, even though I don't like illegal immigrants, at least they stand out on the fucking corners and look for day labor, whether they're drinking tequila, doing junk, or smoking weed. They still look for work. And, at the very least, because a lot of them are from third world country, they know it's not smart to be out in the fucking elements all the time. Because if you look at a lot of these Americans, they're so fucking, and I hate to say it, man, but they're so dumb, they don't even sit in the shade a lot. They'll just sit out in the sun all the time. Their skin will get deteriorated. And it's like, they don't realize, not only are they not taking care of their hygiene, but they're fucking not taking care of their skin, man. And, of course, who wants to hire somebody that's 30 years old that looks like he's 60 years old? Because he's got wrinkles and fucking, he's dark as a freaking, it doesn't look right when you got a lot of wrinkles and you're 30 years old and your skin is fucking, and you're white, supposed to be white, but you're fucking as dark as somebody from India. You got wrinkles all over your face. That's because you're not taking care of yourself.